Hi everybody, it'll be just a minute. I just thought I'd put a painting I'm working on there for a minute. We're in the front room, so if you hear my heat go on or Cammy barking, we have lots. I live right by a park, so for some strange reason, everybody's at the park today and it's like 35 degrees. And you're gonna need a paper and pen. We will be starting at 4 o'clock. And let me know if you can hear me okay. Cammy, no. You're all right. You're all right. Come here. See if we can hear it. I'm watching. Perfect. You're all right. Okay. Okay. Hi guys. Can you hear me okay? Is this all right? Oh, of course, my heat's going to go on now. So everybody, you're going to need a pen and paper or pencil and paper because you're going to have to draw. This is a visual game. Yep. Pick me up later, Typical Watch, if you're missing this, okay? Because it's going to be really cool. It's going to tell you a lot about yourself. We are doing the game called The Cube. And this is a game that I picked up in the 90s. And we played it a lot when I lived in Utah. We all had game night where I used to live. I lived with a couple other girls. I had a couple of roommates in Utah. And so we would have game night one big game night every month. And so on my game night, of course, this is what I did. And this is a visual. So I think I'm going to turn that down. Is that too loud, my heat? It's like right here. Hopefully it's okay. And I wanted to show you a couple more things. I just got these books in, and they're so awesome. And this one is super cool. You know, I love books. So this one is Sacred Geometry and Magical Symbols. And that's the name. I got these all off of Amazon. And then this one is so cool. In fact, this one jazzes me so much that I may go through each species that this guy has in here, and I may channel them, as long as they're of the good. So I picked this up because this face is kind of like Andromedine. This is kind of like what I saw her, and the snake face of the other guy that I saw is very similar to this. And I guess it would be called scales that they have on there. So this is the Extraterrestrial Species Almanac. They actually have an almanac. How do I know that this guy knows that any of this is true? I don't know. But I thought I'd try channeling them because there's some species in here I didn't know or have heard about. He gives pictures, and this is called the Clermer male. And this is a species I like to hang with a lot. Some of you other ladies may enjoy this also. So I'm going, wow, there's some really good species in here. Let's see here. Let me find another one, you guys, just for the girls. Let's see. Let's see. He's not that great. Let's see. So these ones are the Apunian male and Apunian female. And these ones I've seen before. They're very long faces. And as you can kind of see, somehow my paintings have very long faces. I don't know why, but I just paint them that way. So the long faces with the nose and the really pretty eyes. So we are going to do some channeling out of this book. It's going to be really cool. Good. You hear me fine? Sorry about my heat behind me. So are you guys ready? Do you have like a pencil or pen? You can use a pencil or pen. I need you to draw what I ask you to draw, and then we're going to go over what you have drawn. Or some people do it visually, and then we discuss it. So let's get to it. Okay. So we are going to play the game called the Cube. And the Cube is an imagination game. It holds a secret you dare not reveal. This really goes into who you are and secrets that you have. And since you're home, you don't have to reveal anything that you don't want to. So let's see. Let me start. You guys ready? Okay, we're going for it. So if you need to rewind, just let me know. So first of all, the first thing that you are going to imagine is the desert. So right now, either close your eyes or look down at your paper and pen and start imagining a desert, how you see it. Imagine a desert landscape. It is utterly simple, a horizon line, sand, and sky. So right now, I need you to imagine that or to draw. So you're going to draw the desert. You're going to draw a landscape of the desert, however you see it. And sorry if Cammie starts barking. I cannot control her. She controls me. I cannot control her. And actually, we were going to do this yesterday, but she has been very sick. And so she goes through these bouts of pancreatitis. And so she has bathroom problems when she has these episodes. So I couldn't do this yesterday because I had to watch her and get her outside fast. So sorry about that, you guys. Okay, so now you have drawn your desert landscape. Now I need you to envision the second thing. This is the cube. In this desert landscape, there is a cube. See it? Describe it. What size is it? Where is it? What is it made of? Very important. What is this cube made of that you actually are seeing before you? There are no rules, no right or wrong answers. Describe the cube as you see it, or draw the cube as you see it. And I'm going to give you a few minutes between each one, because if you're drawing it, I want you to have time to do it. So while you're drawing, what else did I want to share with you? Oh, I am doing new readings on my Etsy store, and I did several of them today, which was awesome. They're called blind readings, and I love doing blind readings because it's basically you purchase it. I have it at a really low price of $45, and I just will go into whatever spirit wants to tell me. And I did 3 today, and they're so cool. I just love doing readings, and I love doing blind readings because I go from, it seems like what I do is I go from what your soul wants you to know, and then I go, if you can handle it, I end it with some more kind of alien or where you have evolved from. Whoops, that was weird. Something just fell over that was interesting. That hasn't fallen over all day, and then it fell over. Weird. Okay. So did you draw the cube? Okay. So now we're going to move to the third part of this visualization. Now there's going to be a ladder. Now in this landscape, as well as the cube, there is also a ladder. Describe it, its size, portion, and what's it made of. So now you have 3 things you're drawing or visualizing. Okay. So we're going to go to the next one because I think that one's pretty easy to do. The next one is going to be harder if you draw because I don't know how to draw. The horse, you're going to draw a horse in this whole picture that you're drawing. Now in this desert, there is also a horse. Describe it. What kind of horse is it? What size is it? What color is it? Where is it relative to the cube and the ladder? What is it doing? So where did I put my paper? Oh, here it is. So I drew mine. This is what I don't know if you can see it, but I cannot draw a horse. So that is what I drew. It's amazing I can paint and I can draw so dumb. So there's no judgment. I'm not going to see your pictures. This is all personal stuff. And I love this so much that on my Facebook page, we're going to do a live thing of playing the cube one night. I got to get that set up. Also, if you are interested on my Facebook page, I opened it back up. I canceled my Facebook page, but I want to get on Instagram and get some other things going. But I have to go through Facebook because I need to sell some stuff on Marketplace too. So I had to open it back up. I don't look at it hugely a lot, but I have so many school friends and stuff on that, and it's really fun. I went back on, and everybody goes, "Yay, you're back!" So if you guys want to join me on my Facebook page, I do free readings sometimes because I just like to. If I'm not doing a lot of readings on a weekend or I just haven't gotten a lot of purchases of readings, I'll do free ones because I just like it, and I like to hone in on my skill because if you stop practicing it, I feel that it's harder to keep it. So I give free readings on my Facebook page once in a while, and I put a call out, and either I'll say I'll do 1 or 2, or I'll just do everyone that puts something on there, and I'll do just a simple free reading. So just look up Robin Hyatt on Facebook, and I think it has the same picture that's on this main thumbnail. Okay, are you guys ready for the next one? Okay, so you did the horse. Hopefully your horse looks really good. So now you're going to do a storm. Now somewhere in the landscape is a storm. Describe it. Where is it? What kind of storm is it? How does it affect or not affect the cube, the ladder, and the horse? Is the storm coming in? Is it going out? Is it over top? Draw it as you see it. Hey, do you want to hear something really weird while you guys are drawing that and envisioning that? I did a cash deposit through the night drop at my bank, and they sent me a letter. They did deposit it, and I always have done that. When I worked for myself, but I guess in 2015, Chase Bank stopped taking cash deposits through the night drop. And they said if I do another cash deposit again, they are going to close my account that I've had for over 20 years. Isn't that just the craziest thing you have ever heard, that a bank is going to close your account because you deposited cash? Okay. Okay, hopefully you guys are done with that. I'm just trying to fill in the space with talk. Sorry, guys. So the next thing, you're going to draw one more thing, okay? So I know hopefully you're not getting bored with this. So now you're going to draw flowers. Finally, in the desert are flowers. Describe them. How many are there? What kind? What color? Where are they in relation to the cube, the ladder, the horse, and the storm? Give you a few seconds on that one. You have created a mysterious image now that you look at it, or look at it in your head, however you're doing it. There are 5 elements arranged in space in a way that is unique to you. No one else sees what you do. How much do we see that in life? Close your eyes and look at it all once more. Now open your eyes. You are ready to learn the secret of the cube. Okay, you ready? Okay. So the cube that you have seen or drawn is you. The cube is you. The ladder is your friends. The horse is your lover, your husband, boyfriend, lover. The storm is trouble. And the flowers are children. Strangely enough, when I drew this, I drew lots of flowers in front of the cube. So maybe in my life, I'm going to do something with a lot of children. So before you go farther on this, ponder what you have just heard. How does it seem exactly? Does it puzzle you? So now we're going to go into depth. So the cube is you. Now, the cube, how you see it, is an ancient key for unlocking the soul. You didn't wonder what your cube looked like. You knew what this cube looked like. You saw it. And once I immediately said something, you saw a cube. In your cube, you have created a self-portrait, an amazing precision of subtlety. Its size, its place in the earth and sky, and what it's made of. A reflection, as in our soul mirror. How you see and feel and place yourself. So I'm going to go through a few things. Let's see. Let me get in here. And they start describing however you describe your cube. So give me a second here. Let me find where the cube is because I want to describe. Here we go. Sorry, I thought I knew exactly where that was. because I did my cube as like an ice cube. Here we go, like an ice cube. And so I'll kind of go into that. So your cube, did you draw it above the horizon? If you drew it above the horizon, you're idealistic, intellectual, spiritual, and a dreamer. If you drew your cube in the air, you are open, self-effacing, never can say that word, and subtle. If you drew your cube below the horizon, you are practical, worldly, down to earth, and sensual. If you drew it bisecting the horizon, you are a visionary and practical, spiritual and sensual, making ideas and ideals making ideals practical. Then it talks about if you just made this black cube, if you made a cube and you colored it in and made it black, you are stylish, stark, mysterious, guarded, self-contained, drawn to the dark side. If you made a cube that is blue, you are serene, cool, spiritual, loyal, distant, aloof, and sad. If your cube was brown, you are earthy, warm, serious, and studious. And mine was this, I kind of partially buried it because I had it go to a point and go up off the horizon, keeping a low profile, lying in ambush, camouflage, deep-rooted, overwhelmed. Let's see. Did anybody draw anything inside their cube? Because if you drew something inside your cube, post it, because it has some things on that. So let's see. If your cube is huge in your drawing, you are confident, dominant, grandiose, and generous. Let's see. Like this was mine. It was like ice. I'm resourceful, intrepid, and rational. Let's see. And also it was clear. So that means clear-minded, candid, revealed, realistic, and fragile. Did any of you have color to your cube? If you did, put it up there and I'll read it. Let's see. If your cube was metal, you are made strong by stress, weighty, introverted, impendable, and melancholy. If your cube was multicolored, you are multi-talented and versatile. If your cube was paper, you are vulnerable. If it's plastic, you are proud to be ordinary. Okay, and this is me because I stood it on a point. So if your cube's on a point, you are special, exceptional, unconventional, spiritual, poised, balanced, centered, and ready to take flight. If your cube was purple, you are extravagant. If you did a pyramid, you're mysterious. If your cube was rubber, you're tough, but not hard. Okay, so if anybody wants to know anything, just let me know on that. Okay, so let's go into the ladder, which is your friends. So where is the ladder in your painting, in your drawing, or in your vision? I had the ladder on the cube, so we'll go into that. And I did an aluminum ladder, and if you did an aluminum ladder, you provide practical help, work with people, work well with you. You are up to date, reliable, light yet strong. If you access to the top of the cube, if you have your ladder on the cube going up to the top, your friends help you reach your potential. Let's see. If your ladder was broken, if you drew a broken ladder, your friends have betrayed you, let you down, or your friends are in trouble. I've never heard of anybody drawing a ladder that is cactus, so it has that on here. Built into the cube's side, if you do it that way, your friends are your siblings and our close family. Access to the cube entrance. So if you put the ladder, like if your cube was higher up and you put the ladder going up to the cube and your cube was hollow, your friends know the way into your heart and are the only ones you let in. They help you now and evoke your emotions. If the ladder is connecting the cube to the ground, your friends bring you down to earth, ground you in reality, and are your anchor. Okay, glass cube, that was me. Let's see. The glass cube is imagination, romantic, poetic, and seeing what you want to see. Did anybody have a wood ladder? If you had a wood ladder, your friends are fair-weathered friends. They can't be relied on and are your own thoughts. Are angels. Your friends are angels. Imaginary angels. So where does anybody want to say where their ladder was with the cube? If your ladder, let's see. Let me see. I know some people have drawn it laying down on the ground and not touching the cube. If your ladder is reaching into the sky, your friends include God, higher power. Your friends help you evolve spiritually. Your friends help you achieve ambition. Oh, here it is. If your ladder was lying down in your drawing, your friends are relaxed, casual. Your friends are companions in leisure. Not much use in emergency because they're so relaxed. Okay, so let's go to the horse. Your horse is your lover. So those that have husbands, boyfriends, etc. What kind of horse did you draw? If you drew an Appaloosa horse, your lover is American, Western, and casual. If you drew an Arabian horse, your lover is high-strung, elegant, sensitive, nervous, and proud. If your horse is behind the cube, which is you, your lover is backing you up in the background of your life. Also, the power behind you. If you put the horse inside the cube, your lover is your equal, your companion, loyal, close. If your horse is black, your lover is mysterious, romantic, powerful, moody, good lover, and brunette. If your horse is bridled, which mine was, your lover is romantic, exotic, adventurous, chivalrous, crusader, and wealthy. I'm waiting for that wealthy one. If your horse was brown, your lover is warm, earthy, sensual, ordinary. Okay. Some people, is it anybody draw a camel? I hope not. So now, let's see. And I had my horse tied up on my ladder. So it had a bridle and then it had it connected to the ladder. So my boyfriend, lover, is connected to my friends, which is very interesting. Okay. Does anybody want to share anything about their horse? Okay, now we're going to talk about the storm. So your storm is where your trouble is. Is your storm above the cube? Is it approaching? Is it going behind? Is it traumatic? Does it have lightning? Is it far away? Is it blowing the ladder away? Is it burying the cube? Is it a sandstorm? Is it thunder? Okay, so we're going to go through a couple of these. So if the storm is right above the cube, the storm is here now. And your storm is from your childhood. And you've kept a secret. And it's affecting you and only you. So you might want to think about that. If the storm is approaching, it's not here yet. You're fearful that it's coming, and you're foreseeing the future. And I can maybe help you with that. If the storm is beautiful, it's challenging, inspiring, and part of life's drama. It's just drama. If the storm is behind the cube, it's in your past, and you are ignoring it. If it's black clouds that you drew, you have worries. Your threat and the worries are threatening, but not actual. How many of us worry way too much? And we don't need to, because everything always works out fine. Everything always works out fine. Let's see. Is your storm blowing the ladder away? Much worse for your friends. Let's see. Is a storm departing? That means you're over it now. Is it an electrical storm? So if it's an electrical storm, it is shocking. Your trauma is galvanizing, giving you a jolt, and enlightening. If it's far away, it means nothing to you. If it's frightening the horse, it's upsetting your lover. If it's on the horizon in the distant future, other people will bring in the storm if it's on the horizon. Let's see. If you didn't draw a storm, great. Is it a rainstorm? It's all emotional crisis, bringing tears, dampening your spirits, depressing, breaking the tension, necessary for growth. Is it a sandstorm that you drew? It's blinding, confusing, irritating, life-changing. Is it a thunderstorm? Quarrels, just sound and fury, threatening, rumored. And this one happened, which was very interesting because I had when we played this before and I had a group of people here, everybody would kind of look through stuff, and this girl was getting married, and she drew the storm, a tornado, on her horse. And it was very interesting because she actually didn't end up marrying him. She had some thoughts of difference, and this really made the room quiet because she did the tornado on the horse, which you know that. And so tornado is violent, destructive, and focused, acute. And that's funny because she ended up not marrying this guy, and it was a good thing that she didn't. So did you just draw wind? A spiritual crisis, stress, upsetting routines, chaotic, bringing change, energizing, renewing. Okay, so the flowers are children. And so it doesn't have to be your children. If you drew like 2 flowers and you have 2 children, then that's probably it. Or if you're a teacher, or if you do volunteer work with children, or if you do anything with children. The children, are they behind the cube? If they are, they're protected by you. So grown, and some are grown and left home. So if they're behind the horse, coming, your children are coming. Once you find love, you will have children. If you drew a bouquet, close to another, close together in age, gifts to and from your lover. If you drew bright colors of flowers, your children are bright, important to you. Your children are attention-getting and a source of pleasure. If you drew cut flowers, They're adopted, stepchildren, grown, or left home. If they're daisies, which is my favorite flower, they're innocent, natural, fresh, and they may be blonde. Let's see. Are they close to the cube? I drew mine in front of the cube. They're your own. They're younger and under your protection. Now, if they're inside the cube, they're children you wished for, young, dependent, cherished, overprotected, possessed. Don't know what that means. An extension of yourself. If they're far from the cube, your flowers, they're other people's children, not a part of your life, and living far away. If they're floating in air, these flowers, they're unconceived yet, undecided on future children. You're not decided. If they're in the foreground, they're very important to you. If you drew a garden away from the cube, they're someone else's. So you kind of can get the feeling of where this is going. If it's a garden near the cube, your own, keep safe and you cherish them. If they're small flowers you drew, you have young children underfoot or pets that you consider children. Let's see, if you did many flowers, which I happen to do, many kids, your life's work, or they're other people's children. And my brother has lots of children, and grandchildren. Let's see, if you drew them near the ladder, they're your best friends, your friends' kids, or nieces and nephews. If you drew roses, they are passionately loved and children of passionate love. So this game began in 1987, and it was from a remote island in the Adirondack, I can't even say that, in the Mediterranean. They discovered this game. So what did you think about that? Do you need me to go over anything with you guys on the cube? Actually, you could probably purchase this. This is what it looks like. It's a great party game. It's a great party game, except for that girl that was going to marry the guy. I don't know who's it. It doesn't even say who it's by. Oh. I don't know if you can see that. It is by, let me go in here. I think it's going to be in here. It's Harper, San Francisco. It's by Anne, Gottlieb, and some other guy. So I'll see if I can find it, and I'll put it down below. Yeah, this was great. This was a fun party game. Great game. Okay, does anybody want to talk about anything else before we go? Okay, you guys, we are going to end this. Oh, I did want to talk about one more thing, and this is that, remember when I talked about my Sasquatch encounter in my room where it came through the wall and then hovered by my bed on the ground and then took off down the hallway? Thinking and praying and meditating a lot about that situation. Since the Sasquatch did not look at me, he did not want to communicate. He wasn't focused on me. I think it was more of a protection mode. I think something was either in my house or coming into my house that I actually needed great help with. I believe you could have all the crystals in the world. I believe you can say all the prayers in the world, but sometimes when something wants to come at you, it can. And then once you meet it face to face, that's when you draw on the powers of God or what you need to do. But I feel something was coming at me or in my house. And so it was something that I needed heavy protection on. And I'm very thankful for that Sasquatch that came through in my room and it was almost like a watchdog. And he took off down the hallway. And then when I got up after it left the room, I turned on the lights and it was just total electricity. The hairs on the back of my neck were up. I totally felt electricity. So I do feel that I was being protected that night. And I don't know if that Sasquatch was solid or not, or if it was the spirit of the Sasquatch and it took something out of my house. I have seen that happen before when you live around people too, it's not only me that brings these things in. I don't know who these people are that are living next to me. I had a girl that lived next to me, and she lived there for 3 nights. And I knew she was going to be trouble by how she decorated. She had scarves in the window, and I could tell she was more of the spiritual realm. But you never know. People don't always go with the good part of the spiritual realm. So she did something one night that she had a motorcycle, and she took off like at 3 in the morning on her motorcycle because to listen to her motorcycle woke me up, and she left and she never came back. So I had to deal with whatever she brought to the table. And she brought something in. I think she either did Ouija board or she did something. She opened a portal. And so then the next night, I could hear someone walking in the rafters above. And they kept walking back and forth, back and forth. And I went, and she wasn't there. I went, holy crap. She just brought in something that I know that it's going to figure out there's another side to this place. And it's going to come to me. So it did. After 3 nights of listening to this thing, walking back and forth, me doing cleansings, me praying, it finally decided to come down out of the rafters and visit me. So one night I woke up, and in my bedroom, I had sleep paralysis, of course, as I'm looking at probably a 7-foot tall, I believe it was a man, dark shadow with like a trench coat on, and he was staring at me. And once he saw me looking at him, he zipped out of the room. So of course I got up, did all my prayers, and da-da-da-da. And I think he just went back upstairs after that and went to the other side. And next night, woke up by a tingling in my chest. I just felt tingling going all through my body. And I was laying flat. And I opened my eyes, and he was drawing on me with his finger right here. He was doing something right here. And as he was touching me, I could feel just this tingling sensation. And I was looking up at him. Well, he was concentrating on what he was doing here and didn't realize that I was staring at him. And then he got startled, and he like zipped out of the room. It was the most bizarre thing. Did my prayers, prayed again, white light, da-da-da. So everything was fine for a little while. And then one more night came, and this black shadow, tall figure was standing there staring at me. And I knew I was in trouble because I kind of felt threatened at that time. Now that I have seen it and it knew I saw it, I knew I was in trouble. And I have a feeling that one of my uncles is my protector. So I was paralyzed again, sleep paralysis. So I cried out to my uncle to please help me, to please protect me, help me. And out of that same side of the wall, I saw another shadow figure go across my bed, grabbed this other entity, and they both went through the wall. And that was it. I never saw it again. And I really thank my uncle for helping me. So just so you know, it's not always you causing these problems. It can be neighbors. You don't know who your neighbors are and what they're doing and the negative energies that they have. So you just have to constantly be aware. And you know what? Family can protect you so greatly. Those that have crossed over that are your family, they can protect you greatly. And I should have thought of that sooner and to ask my uncle to come protect me. And he did. And I never had that entity ever again. So I have a feeling that that Sasquatch was doing the same kind of thing. It was in protection mode. It was doing exactly what any dog alarmed would do to protect its owner. So I'm going to let you guys go unless you have any questions for me. And it's funny too that that happened after I channeled the Lizzie Borden. And in order to channel, I should learn better. That you have to lower your vibration. And sometimes when you are of a higher vibration, there's entities waiting to come in for you to lower your vibration so they can come in. And when I channeled Lizzie Borden, since she was a lower vibration, and I channeled her because I was so curious about what she wanted to say, which was dumb, that might have opened a portal for something else to come in at that time. And I believed I closed it, but that might have already come through. And it needed to be cleared out by that Sasquatch. Also, just so you know, on that reading that I did, evil lies. So you cannot always believe what evil says. That's why you always have to ask for the white light around you, because with what she said, who knows if it's true? Because evil lies and they can embellish and they can say whatever they want. If you can keep with the white light and love, I believe you can totally trust that. So you guys, peace out. You guys are awesome. Go to my Etsy store if you want to. The readings that I'm doing, those blind readings, are so fun. And I got some awesome stuff. I love doing blind readings. And you don't ask any questions. You just pay for it and you let me go with it. And if you let me go with it, I can give you a ton of information through spirit. And whoever wants to come talk to you. So go to my Etsy store if you want to do that. It's only $45 and I send it to you. Put your email address. I'm finding that it was too hard to download this. I do kind of a Word document and Etsy wouldn't let me download it. So, and one of these days I'll just get my own website and we can just play around and do something there. And go to robinhyatt.com. I do free readings there once in a while, and I love to do that too. And because it just helps people. And I do it when I feel that someone needs some help. And not always do we have money for these things. I get it. And I have this talent and ability, and I will do it in the service of my fellow man. So you guys, peace out. Love you. Thank you for your support. Also, I'm having a little bit of problem with my YouTube channel. They are blocking my views, and they are also blocking me getting monetized. I was so close to being monetized, and then they just dropped that down. And I usually get a lot more views, and all of a sudden I will not have any views, and then something will bounce up that they go up to 600 to 1,000 views in just a day. So they're like holding or pending my videos. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. So I'm thinking I'm getting more views than they're allowing me to see. So share this, like this. And I love the comments, and I will take all those comments for food for thought. So if you want me also to channel anybody, if you have anybody in history that's good and higher vibrational field, let me know, and I will be glad to. I really think my next channeling session, I really want to channel, remember the Titanic and Molly Brown? Her name isn't ever, her name was never Molly. Her name's Margaret. And she popped up on my YouTube, and she is a remarkable woman. She did fabulous stuff with being extremely wealthy woman. She served. So I think I am going to channel, and I want to know her life and her experience on the Titanic, because quite the amazing thing. She was actually an amazing, wealthy woman, one of the very few that I've ever seen. So you guys, peace out. I'm going to end this stream. If you have any questions, put it down below. Love you. Bye. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. And find happiness in everything that you do. Really try to find happiness in that. Peace out. Bye. Love you. Peace out.